Despite the immense challenges faced by the Yazidis, they have shown extraordinary resilience and determination to rebuild their shattered lives. They continue to seek justice, healing, and the preservation of their cultural and religious identity. Understanding the reasons behind the heavy targeting of the Yazidis by ISIS not only highlights the plight of their resilient community, but also serves as a reminder of the importance of religious tolerance, respect, and the need to challenge false narratives that fuel hatred and division. Welcome to Hadoota, Stories from East and West, the podcast that invites you on a captivating journey through the enchanted realms of the Middle East and the US, one story at a time. I'm Mariam, your host, and together, let's plunge right into the world where cultures converge and narratives ignite. Welcome back to Hadoota. This week we are talking about the Yazidis. Earlier this month, the Jerusalem Post reported that 6 women from the Yazidi minority in Iraq were recently rescued with the assistance of the authorities in the Kurdistan region and Yazidi activist Nadia Murad. The report goes on to say that the women were kidnapped by ISIS back in 2014, when the Islamic State took over Mosul. They were then trafficked from Iraq to Syria and were rescued on Saturday, January 3rd of this year. 9 years later, a lot of people still don't know about the Yazidi community and the tragedies they endured under the Islamic State. So, who are the Yazidis? Why were they heavily targeted by ISIS? And how have they, or have they not, recovered from the horrors they experienced? The Yazidis are an ethno-religious group primarily concentrated in the Sinjar region of Iraq, but they also have communities in Syria, Turkey, and other parts of the world. They have a distinct culture, language, and religious identity that sets them apart. Yazidis follow an ancient faith known as Yazidism, which combines elements of various religious traditions, including Zoroastrianism, Islam, and Christianity. This syncretic nature makes their belief system incredibly unique. At the core of Yazidi faith is a belief in a supreme being called Melek Tawas, or the peacock angel. The Yazidis consider Melek Tawas to be the primary representative of God on earth, and venerate him as the chief of 7 angels. They believe that Melek Tawas played a pivotal role in the creation of the world, and that he guides and protects humanity. This belief in the peacock angel is central to their religious practices and their worldview. Yazidism also incorporates elements of reincarnation and a belief in the cycle of life and death. They view the world as a testing ground for the soul, which undergoes a series of reincarnations until it achieves purity and returns to God. The Yazidis place great importance on purity and strive to live virtuous lives. Understanding this unique belief system of the Yazidis is crucial to appreciating their history, culture, and the challenges they have faced. Their distinct religious practices and the symbolism attached to them have often led to misunderstandings and misconceptions. By delving into their faith, we can gain a deeper understanding of their resilience, cultural heritage, and the profound impact that religious persecution has had on their community. The targeting of Yazidis by ISIS was marked by extreme brutality, including mass killings, abductions, and mass sexual slavery. One significant reason behind their heavy targeting was that the religious and cultural differences that set them apart from the extremist ideology propagated by the Islamic State. In fact, ISIS gravely misunderstood and distorted the Yazidi faith, often falsely labeling them as devil worshippers. Unlike Judaism or Christianity, ISIS does not consider Yazidis as people of the book or eligible for dhimmi status. In Islam, dhimmi is a historical term referring to non-Muslims living in an Islamic state. While the status grants some rights to non-Muslims, the term also denotes non-Muslims as second-class citizens and exists till this day. This false labeling serves as a justification for the merciless persecution of the Yazidis. ISIS propagated a twisted narrative that portrayed the Yazidis as enemies of Islam and deemed their faith as heretical. This narrative obviously fueled hatred, violence, and contributed to widespread misunderstanding. It is crucial to emphasize that Yazidism is not devil worship. The Yazidis' reverence for Melek Tawas symbolizes their belief in the benevolence and protection of a divine entity. However, this distinction was lost among the chaos of war, allowing ISIS to dehumanize the Yazidis and subject them to unimaginable suffering. Another contributing factor to the heavy targeting of Yazidis by ISIS was the geopolitical significance of the Sinjar region, the Yazidis' ancestral homeland. Sinjar was located near the borders of Iraq, Syria, Turkey, and holds a strategic importance in terms of resources and trade routes. Recognizing the geopolitical value of Sinjar, ISIS sought to establish control over the region as part of its plan to establish a caliphate, or a state. In their quest for dominance, they targeted any group that stood in their way, including the Yazidis. Sinjar became a battleground, with the Yazidi community caught in the crossfire. Despite the immense challenges faced by the Yazidis, they have shown extraordinary resilience and determination to rebuild their shattered lives. They continue to seek justice, healing, and the preservation of their cultural and religious identity. Understanding the reasons behind the heavy targeting of the Yazidis by ISIS not only highlights the plight of their resilient community, but also serves as a reminder of the importance of religious tolerance, respect, and the need to challenge false narratives that fuel hatred and division. The recovery efforts of the Yazidi community have been ongoing since the devastating atrocities committed by ISIS. These efforts aim to support survivors, rebuild lives, and restore a sense of normalcy to the Yazidi community in Iraq and abroad. The recent rescues of Yazidi women and children who were held captive by ISIS have been significant milestones in this process, and each rescue brings hope and relief, reuniting families and reminding the world of the resilience of the Yazidi people. However, the search for those still in captivity remains a pressing issue. Many Yazidi men, women, and children are still missing, and their families continue to suffer from the anguish of their uncertain faith. The ongoing efforts to locate and free these individuals are of paramount importance, emphasizing the need for sustained international support and collaboration. Survivors of the ISIS atrocities face a plethora of challenges. Many bear physical scars from the violence they endured, including injuries and disabilities. The emotional and psychological wounds run even deeper as survivors grapple with trauma, grief, and the loss of loved ones. Rebuilding shattered lives and restoring a sense of security and hope requires comprehensive support systems. Local and international organizations have played a crucial role in providing assistance to the Yazidi community. They offered healthcare services to address the physical injuries and disabilities of survivors. Psychosocial assistance has been provided to help individuals cope with trauma, heal emotional wounds, and reintegrate into society. The efforts of these organizations have been instrumental in restoring a sense of dignity and well-being to the survivors. Furthermore, community building initiatives have been vital in reviving the Yazidi community. These initiatives focus on rebuilding homes, infrastructures, and essential services that were destroyed during the ISIS occupation. They also aim to preserve Yazidi cultural heritage and promote economic opportunities, empowering the community to build their lives and sustain their traditions. The combination of healthcare, physiosocial assistance, and community building initiatives are of utmost importance in the ongoing recovery process, and access to quality healthcare ensures that survivors receive the necessary medical care and rehabilitation service that they need. Psychosocial assistance provides essential support in addressing the deep emotional scars left by the atrocities left by ISIS. Additionally, community building initiatives foster a sense of belonging and provide the foundation for long-term healing and resilience. The recovery journey for the Yazidi community is complex and ongoing. By providing the necessary support systems, the international community can contribute to the healing and restoration of the Yazidi community. And in doing so, we help foster hope, resilience, and the promise of a brighter future. Now, preserving Yazidi cultural heritage holds immense significance in the aftermath of the atrocities. The Yazidis have a rich and ancient cultural heritage that encompasses unique traditions, beliefs, and practices. By safeguarding their cultural heritage, the Yazidis not only maintain their identity, but also ensure the preservation of a valuable piece of human history. It serves as a testament to their resilience and serves as a source of strength and pride for their entire community. And despite these immense challenges faced by the Yazidis, their commitment to preserving their cultural heritage remains unwavering. They have continued to pass down traditions, rituals, and oral history from generation to generation, in an effort to ensure the continuity of their unique identity. Displacement and the lack of infrastructure pose significant challenges to the preservation of Yazidi cultural heritage. Many Yazidis were forced to flee their homes and seek refuge in unfamiliar territories. The disruption caused by the displacement has made it difficult to access and maintain cultural sites, artifacts, and even sacred places. However, despite these challenges, the Yazidis have demonstrated adaptability, finding ways to keep their cultural practices alive even in new and unfamiliar environments. Advocacy for justice and combating discrimination is a crucial aspect of preserving Yazidi cultural heritage. Yazidi survivors have faced discrimination, stigmatization, and marginalization as a result of the atrocities that they endured under the reign of ISIS. Advocacy efforts seek to address these injustices, ensuring that the voices of Yazidi survivors are heard and that their rights are protected. By fighting for justice, accountability, and the recognition of the Yazidis' unique cultural heritage and their suffering, they are not only preserving their own identity, but also challenging the narrative that ought to erase their existence in the first place. Promoting inclusion and integration into society is essential for the long-term preservation of the Yazidi cultural heritage. The Yazidis, with their rich traditions and beliefs, have much to contribute to the cultural diversity of the societies we are all a part of, whether in Iraq or here in the United States. Preserving Yazidi cultural heritage is not just about safeguarding artifacts and rituals. It's about ensuring the resilience and dignity of an entire community, ensuring that an ancient community survives. By recognizing the importance of their cultural heritage, addressing the challenges of displacement and discrimination, and promoting inclusion, we contribute to the preservation of the Yazidis' rich identity. In doing so, we not only honor the past, but also pave a way for the future. A future where the Yazidi community can thrive, contribute, and continue to inspire generations to come in their ancestral homeland. As we conclude this episode on the Yazidis and their journey of resilience, it is important to recap the points we've covered. We delved into the targeting of the Yazidis by ISIS, understanding the religious and cultural differences that made them a prime target. We also explored the geopolitical differences of the Sinjar region and the false labeling of the Yazidis as devil worshippers. And that false labeling had a profound impact on their lives and the way they were perceived by the world around them. As we reflect on the Yazidis' journey, it is essential to recognize that their story is far from over. The Yazidi community still requires our awareness, support, and advocacy for justice. We must continue to stand with them, amplify their voices, and contribute to their ongoing recovery and healing. By taking action, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of Yazidis and preserving an ancient and beautiful culture. You can learn more by visiting nadiasinitiative.org. In closing, we'd like to express our deepest gratitude to the Yazidi community for their resilience, strength, and unwavering spirit. We stand in awe of their ability to preserve cultural heritage, rebuild their lives, and inspire others in the face of unimaginable adversaries. For me, it's really important when thinking and talking about the Yazidis to understand that they survived a mass genocide. They survived an attempt by the Islamic State to eradicate their ethno-religion. Let us remember that their journey is ongoing, and our support and solidarity are needed now more than ever. Together, we can create a world where every community is valued, respected, and given the opportunity to heal and thrive. Thank you for listening to Hadoota. I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Hadoota. For more, check us out on Instagram at Hadoota Podcast.